Whose idea was it to combine the year end with every single holiday? Welcome everyone to another episode of the Ops Shop Show. I'm your host, Nikki, and on today's video, we're going to be talking about year-end wrap-ups for virtual assistants. Yes, we're getting close to the end of the year, and how can we wrap that up beautifully? How can we put a bow on this year and just make everything nice and neat so we can start fresh in January? So there's a lot of things we can start considering. We can think about the end of the year. We can think about our finances, our planning, our reviews, wrapping up all of our client projects before we take whatever time off we're going to take over the course of the holidays. So if your business's fiscal year or your planning year ends on December 31st, I have got a wrap-up checklist for you. So this is the time to gather up your team or the dog or whatever pet you have, get a glass of wine or another favorite beverage, and let's get down to it. A quick note though, if your fiscal year doesn't end December 31st, that's totally fine too. It's likely that many of your clients probably will. So this is also an exercise you can do with them as an additional service and value add. All right. Before you start your wrap-up meeting, your wrap-up session, it's always a great idea to put some data and put some information together beforehand so that when you start talking about things, you have all of that information right in front of you. So here are some things you can gather in advance. Financial information. So you could start thinking about gross revenue you've booked so far this year and into next year. You can look at cash collected. You can look at what the profit and loss statements are looking like so far. You can look at your expense breakdown to see where did all the money go this year. And you can also start thinking about what projected revenue is going to come into next year. Are there new things you're launching? Are there new services or new offers you want to add in? Whatever that is, anything related to your numbers, try gathering those in advance. So you just have them nice and ready. Then you want to look at your client data. So how many clients did you serve this year? What type of packages did they have? How long did they stay with you? What was the client's lifetime? And then if you have anything else, maybe you did a launch, maybe you did an offer that you only ran like once or twice, pull those numbers together too. The name of the game here is what information can we just kind of pull together. Then we want to look at our marketing data. So this can look at things like mailing lists, social media following, Facebook groups, if you have those, number of emails sent to your mailing list, what your open and click rates were, and if you did any paid advertising, what were the results of those? How much did you spend? What results came in from that? Okay, so those are all the things you can kind of gather to get yourself ready. When it is time to sit down for an actual review meeting for your own business, or again, with a client, is something you can do for them, here's kind of how you could go into it. So first off is have an agenda. Even if you are doing this by yourself, I cannot emphasize how important an agenda is to your own time and making sure you accomplish and talk about things that you want to. So some things you can have on your agenda: reviewing the wins, looking at your mission, purpose, vision, and seeing, did we accomplish those? You can look at the goals you set for yourself last year and look at your progress. You can look at your numbers, look at that client information, look at the marketing information. Think about what went well and what didn't. Was there something that you were struggling with or didn't maybe go exactly the way that you thought it would? And then maybe there's some new ideas or new projects you want to bring into it. And so you can start setting goals for the next year. So when you have that agenda kind of laid out and you have your good old fun time to do it, again, maybe you bring your dog, maybe you bring a team member, maybe you bring a friend to just bounce some ideas off of. Just kind of go through all of the data piece by piece. And I like to ask myself, did this make a difference in my business for good or for bad? Was it something that I was really proud of? Or is it something that I'm really excited to update or to change? Once you've gone through all that information, it's time for the final piece of doing something with it. So hopefully this wrap up experience has given you some really great warm fuzzies, but please don't forget to actually do the tangible, practical step of thinking about new projects and new goals for the business. Once you've done that, then you can break out the confetti cannon, pat yourself on the back, and celebrate an incredible year in your business. But as Simon Sinek likes to say, impact does not come from the genius of an idea. It comes from action of the idea. So document your goals, figure out what your projects are, and then celebrate them. So that is how you can have an amazing year-end wrap-up for you and for your clients. So quick review of the 3 parts to this. Part number 1, gather up as much data or information as you can. Financials, client, marketing, expenses, paid advertising, just what happened in your business. Second, prepare an agenda or flow for you or your clients to go through all of this information. Part 3, figure out what you want to commit to or accomplish in 2023, write it all down, and then go have some fun. That's it. I hope this process was helpful for you. It's a great thing you can offer up to your clients to say, hey, I think it could be really useful for us to sit down and have a real cool, very specific, very actionable wrap-up session for your business this year. How about we schedule it? Here's what it could look like. So I hope you guys have a great holiday season. We'll chat with you soon. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to the channel. We got more great stuff coming up. I'll talk to you soon.